Okay, so this one is the card game. And so what I'm going to do this time is kind of show you where a card is defined. So here is opponent card. It's named Unrelenting Sunlight. The ID is just universally unique ID. Description, it's hot, right? I don't know why it's like that. And the effects are, and then this is a list of effects. Right now there's only one. The target's the player, the resource is called thirst, the operation is addition, and the amount is 3. So that's pretty straightforward. Then we load the card into the engine like this. Now this is done like this just because programming is easy and adding to the data structures is easy. This can also be done in a spreadsheet or whatever. Um, let's see here. Up here, opponents. The opponent is a jaunt around the neighborhood, and there's a distance and heat. Victory conditions, right? Losing condition. These are all implemented. The cards in the game, right, the ones the player has are walk, so you close the distance remaining by 5, or water bottle, you remove thirst. Thirst is right, you remove it. That's the optimal thing. You don't add to thirst. You might add to hydration, but you remove thirst. So let's look at it when you run it and just forgive the way it looks. Here's a little menu that shows all of the things. So app is booted, Sean entered the game, card was loaded, card was added to the player's deck, card was loaded, added to the player's deck, card was loaded, opponent is registered, card was added to opponent deck, right? The battle begins, player becomes ready, opponent becomes ready, player turn began, player drew a card. So here is the indicator for the cards in the draw pile for the opponent, cards in the draw pile for you. Um, this is the cards you have in your hand, right? Just walk, just one. Here's your end turn button. Now here's the resources. Distance remaining heat. This indicates what cards are in the draw pile only because it's debug, right? It's just me programming. So what I can do is I can play walk, and that's going to reduce the amount of distance remaining, right? And it did. Anyway. And I hit end turn, and then I. Oh, this is this. This is not my card. This is my resource thirst, right? So cards in draw pile is 0. So I have water bottle and walk. Now I'll do water bottle, and then these get shuffled into here, so there'd be 2 in here, and then I draw 1. I can add cards super duper easy. So let's say um, let's see, what is it like? Blob, blop. Okay, now we're gonna add to blop. Right now, let's find where does thirst defined. There we go. Thirst is 20. Blop is 0. Let's see if that just works straight out of that box. Yeah, I over defined blop. Let's just do this. Okay, well, I know what it happens. It's only add player resources. So it's essentially supposed to be an array of resources, but it's not. It's a dictionary of resources. That's fine. Anyway, let's forget adding resources because I think it just loops through unnecessarily, just one too many times, and I don't care about that. So blop or thirst gets added by 4. And then we'll just do one more, and we'll call it toot. All right. So now there's a bunch of cards in the draw pile: walk, end turn, water ball, end turn, show mati, end turn, toot toot. Now we can change cards draw. So the player, number of cards to draw at battle, turn begin. 3. Okay, so now I can walk to reduce the distance, and a turn, right? Show Monty, 2/2 to walk, water bottle, and turn. Draw 3. So actually, this is actually super far as able to make a game. There's a few little small things to even out, and then a bunch of graphics on it. But that's all done in the domain model, which is here. Player, assign deck, draw card. If draw pile is empty and discard pile is empty, then record that player could not draw a card because all the piles are empty. Else, if draw pile is empty, then shuffle discard pile into the discard pile. And then record that the player discard pile was shuffled into their deck. And all of these events can be listened to and reacted intelligently.